Is Minnesota considering banning forward-facing sonar? That's the question that I have for you guys today. I have an article pulled up from KRE11. I want to go through the article with you, and I know this is a hot topic in fishing, so I want your opinion in the comment section down below. As ice fishing technology advances, Minnesota wildlife officials are keeping a close eye on a controversial tool that some say give anglers one of the greatest technological advances to date: forward-facing sonar. So first thing to notice in this article is it's ice fishing, guys. It's not just tournaments, it's not just recreational fishers. Now we're actually getting into the ice fishing side of things as well too. So I found that really interesting. Ice fishing guide Dan Jasper demonstrates the technology on Lake Minnetonka, where a current 13 inches of ice in Phelps Bay provides stable conditions for his high-tech fishing hub. The setup includes underwater cameras and various sonar devices, but it's the forward-facing sonar which gives the widest reaching insight. So he's got a bunch of tools, but forward-facing sonar is the most impactful. The forward-facing sonar is what's controversial because it makes it like a video game for catching fish. So even the guide is kind of admitting that forward-facing sonar is controversial. Unlike traditional sonar that only shows what's directly below a boat or ice hole, forward-facing sonar can scan in multiple directions for hundreds of feet. The technology comes with a hefty price tag of roughly $2,500. So we know this, right? Traditionally, you used to be able to video game fish on a 2D sonar, but you had to be right above those fish in order to do it. Now we can scan out for 50, 100 feet, 200 feet in order to see exactly where those fish are at. The Minnesota Department of Natural Resources has taken notice. Within the past year, the agency created a work group to study the impact of forward-facing sonar, starting with surveys to determine how many anglers use the technology and how much they're catching compared to anglers who don't use it. So I think we all know that anglers who use forward-facing sonar are typically catching more bass and more fish than anglers that do not use forward-facing sonar. I think that's a given at this point. But it is good that states are stepping up and starting to research and see how this is affecting different bodies of water. Mark Bakalupi, a DNR official, says the challenge lies in determining appropriate limits. The tough thing is always how much is too much, he says. If they're not causing population level harm, we wouldn't want to overreact and restrict that technology too soon. That's the tricky thing we're working on sorting out. So, in his mind, he does not want to restrict forward-facing sonar if it's not causing harm to the bass populations. I'll let you guys comment down below if you guys think it's causing harm to different fish populations. I've heard personally that it's causing harm to the crappie population most of all, but you guys tell me what your opinion is in the comment section down below. The DNR is particularly concerned about technology's impact on species like muskie, which exist in low population densities and have restrictions for anglers. And I can see that being an issue. Muskies are pretty fragile fish, and if you're catching them over and over and over again, what is that going to do to the muskie population over time? While Minnesota currently has no restrictions on forward-facing sonar, that could change based on environmental impact studies. For now, the state has left decisions about the technology's use in fishing tournaments up to individual organizers. At the end of the day, we know that these tournament organizations are business and they're going to do what's best for their bottom line. However, the National Professional Fishing League just banned live forward-facing sonar into place for official practice and competition. Not only that, but MLF is now going to have periods where they're not using livescope either. And the last sentence of this article comes back to our fishing guy Jasper, where he says, just keep looking at it, keep an eye on it. Technology has changed and will continue to change. Tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. If you guys like these type of videos, I'm going to leave a video on the screen right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next one.